Hello and welcome to Complete Games. I'm James, and I know it's been a while since I've done a channel update, but I figured I need to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting me over on Patreon and all of you guys who continue to watch the videos. It's definitely been a very, very difficult time for any Ark creator at the moment. And I can see that the community is pretty much divided. When you look at most played on Steam, it's kind of half and half. And to make matters worse, well, with their charity stream, Wildcard had some, pretty interesting announcements. In fact, I just wanted to talk about all of that. So let's jump over I've just cut out some of the essential bits of the stream. And this is Jesse and Jeremy, the co-founders of Wildcard.
Ass and their stability is ass.
Okay, yeah, so Jesse's just saying, that the server's stability is arse, and I'll totally agree with him. And the fact of the matter is, you don't give us any other choice other than Nightingale, and myself, I don't have thousands of pounds to go and spend on and get a server for everybody to play on, so that's it. We've got no other options at the moment, but yeah, the servers are arse, the stability is arse, and you didn't do any stress testing, that's why. But yeah, sorry, I've not even let them begin before I've jumped in. So yeah, let's just hear the exciting news. Dear. Okay, so the new creature reveal.
Oh, there we go. Cool.
And I wish we could have rode the sandworms, to be honest with you, but we'll see what this does.
You guys have heard a little bit about some of these
abilities.
What do you reckon,
Mark? Do you like it?
We'll talk about them more in detail, but just in general, we wanted a creature for Scorched Earth that really kind of lived in the environment, lived in the map. Scorched Earth doesn't have any real water to speak of, and there's a lot of dunes out there, and we always kind of felt like there was a sort of a missing land element to the traversal, and this creature having this ability to swim through the dunes, being sort of like a sand shark, was really something that appealed to us. So we took that approach and really narrowed down on like what could make this creature unique, not just for Scorched. You can use these abilities on other maps where appropriate and whatnot, but for Scorched Earth, you can see we're really taken to the environment where this creature lives, and including stuff like the taming and how the taming works. It's not just
so it's going to be, I reckon, like the Andrew Sarkis, that sort of tame.
And steer him around into rocks and obstacles and stuff to try to torpor him, really kind of wrangle these creatures. But once you get them, you really are sort of got a new unique type of tame that we haven't really had in the game before, and really making some of those traversal over the big dry deserts of Scorch feel a little bit more like a big sand ocean that you can get around in. Jeremy, you got some other stuff you want to say about this guy?
I am looking forward to Scorched Earth. It was a great map.
It always felt unfinished. Typically, when you're just encountering it in the wild, so it'll add a little bit of more life to the boring dunes surrounding the map. Since obviously the sandworms are not very visual until you encounter them. So this will add a bit more kind of ambiance to those portions of the map. And it's got some pretty unique abilities. It can basically, when you're riding it, it can go underground. That enables faster traversal, but it can also be used for a maelstrom attack, which essentially lets you create kind of a DOT magnetized area where the longer you keep things in that DOT, the more damage they take.
That's so cool.
It goes faster and faster, basically like a sand whirlpool. It makes a ton of physical sense, no doubt. And
I mean, for me, Scorched Earth was never finished properly. You had vast amounts of mountainside near where the crack and the dragons spawn. I felt was really, really kind of just pretty bland. You didn't go over that area of the map very much, so I'm looking forward to seeing what it can look like in Unreal 5. And if what they're saying is good, then now they can do something with the Ascension. Perhaps we'll see the Starlight Sanctuary underneath the Scorched Earth. Perhaps, I'm really hoping that they do something with that. So
alongside that, there's actually going to be something entirely different and new, even for this company, which is the concept of sister expansion packs, which is
right.
Sibling
so
packs,
right here, this is disgraceful, right? You're in early access already. You've charged double what you said you were going to charge. Now each map is going to have a DLC associated with it.
Additional expansion packs alongside those that you can purchase, and these optional packs will add a bunch of additional content into the game.
Look at the comments coming up here.
Not essential, but kind of add a bit more gameplay variety in certain ways that the original did not have. For example, in each one of the map releases, we'll have one of these sibling expansion packs associated with them. We're calling the first, generally they're going to be called adventure packs, and the first one is going to be called the Frontier
Cash grab packs are what they're going to be called.
Come out alongside Scorched. And so here's some of the things that will be in the Frontier.
You don't even get the full game. This is the problem.
Trains, locomotives, train tracks, and so forth.
I wondered why the cowboy hat was missing as an achievement, because I always wear it naturally in a game when you get a hat, but now I've got to go and buy one.
Uncovered treasure, dynamite,
can't earn it in game.
Frontier structure tile set skin. This is actually a new system to skin existing structures to change how they look for different themes. Wagons. Bunch of new character cosmetics, a new to-be-revealed creature that will be associated specifically
okay, so
with
right there. Right, we're not just talking about cosmetics here, because that is something I could kind of deal with if there's plenty of cosmetics in the game already. If you want to put something else in there and it doesn't change my gameplay, then go ahead and do it. And if it takes my fancy and I feel like I'm playing your game enough and you deserve it, then I'll get it. But the introduction of train tracks and trains and an exclusive creature means that they are now taking stuff out of this game and they're going to sell it to you in increments, and it's disgraceful. I just want to see the game finished before you start charging for this. Now, if there was some sort of Founders Edition and I got a couple of skins like the original game, like when I did buy these, the Parasaur skin and the helmet skin that came out with Scorched Earth, these things were supposed to be exclusive to the Founders Edition, but you later put them behind achievements in the game. But you're just figuring out ways to kind of like squeeze every penny out of us. And, you know, this to me is a disgrace. You know, this ain't just some skins. This is, you know, everybody wants to be able to customize the character and stuff within the game, but I can understand that. But now you've got exclusive creatures and like I say, exclusive features that you can buy. How does that affect the rest of the map for everybody else coming on? Do they need to buy it? I don't know. It all stinks to me, and I'm really not happy with it, along with you guys. And yeah, as you can see from the comments, like there, you know, you want us to pay more, pay to win coming soon. You know, it's just you know, it kind of, you know, I really did appreciate, I do like Ark, but I can't get with this. This is just yeah.
Adventure pack and adventure other things.
Pack, my ass.
I'm gonna give you
Money
the first
grab.
look at the cowboy and cowgirl costume accessory set. People really build.
I'm just watching the comments at the side here. I probably should just zoom in on them all for you. You know, this is what the most excited part of the community was here to, and it's, you know, good move. This is a good money grab.
With these sibling packs. So
take my money again.
And there'll be plenty more of those, and we'll.
Yeah, you can see what's coming up with Ark Survival Evolved is more of your money. They want more of your money, and they're working on extra content on the side. They're just, yeah. Let's just put this into context. In fact, actually, I'm going to do this now. Let's make this video into like a side-by-side comparison. Hang on, let me find. Right, hang on. Okay. Let's just go with this.
Hey there, Realm Walkers. Welcome back to another developer update.
Okay, so this is the latest dev update from Nightingale. Bearing in mind this game has not been released yet, but it was being worked on for about at least 3 years prior to Ark Ascended even being a thought from Jeremy Stieglitz, which, if we're honest, is not even a year ago. So, you know, I don't do YouTube for a living, so I can say what I want. Well, I do YouTube for the fun of it, and I've always done YouTube for the art and the fun of it. I don't make a living out of YouTube, and yeah, so I ain't scared to say what I really think. And what I really think is this is a good attitude to have, not just for a charity stream, but I like to hear what developers actually have to say about their game. And, you know, if they're brave enough to come out and take some criticism on YouTube and you just explain where they're at and their thought processes, I am all for this. So let's see what Nightingale have to say.
Always, we have a lot to talk about today, so grab your favorite beverage of choice and let's get started. Before we jump into the previous playtest, we have announced that we are doing a server stress test before launch next year. We need as many people as possible to log into the game and try to break our portal network. Now, whether or not this...
Go for it. Sign up if you're interested in the game. Help them break it.
This is the most effective way for us to evaluate and make any adjustments for the early access launch in February.
Wildcard,
Unlike other playtests, we're going to try accommodate as many people as we can for this one. So if you haven't already, this will be a great time to test that early Realm experience. Please note that this playtesting process is completely separate from the previous one. This means that if you previously filled out a survey, or even if you have playtested the game, you do need to sign up again. And if you already have a game key, it will not work for the server stress test.
I'm loving the music as well for Nightingale. It's got a sound that just sounds ethereal. It sounds beautiful.
January, but you can already sign up for the list using the link in our description or by going to our Steam page.
So we recently wrapped up another closed playtest. This one was shorter than previous playtests. It was from November 3rd to the 7th. And even though we were only live for those few days, we still saw nearly 12,000 realm walkers in the realms, which is almost double the amount of our previous playtest.
So they've already had 12,000 people playing this game on their servers, and they're stress testing. Bearing in mind this ain't out until February, but they've been doing this for, I don't know, at least 6 months. So, you know, they've been doing this longer than Wildcard have even had a thought about Ark Survival Ascended. Just saying.
We know a lot of folks wanted the playtest to last a little bit longer, which we appreciate. But with the holidays coming up very soon, and as well as early access launch right around the corner, the shorter playtests meant that we had more time to implement any feedback that we received and for the studio to take a break over the holidays.
I'm really pleased that they're able to take a break as well, that they're not some sort of studio with, I mean, they obviously care about the game. I know they've delayed it, but let's be realistic about it. We don't want these people not to be around their families and stuff at Christmas. You know, you need to be in a good spot to be able to produce your best work, you know, and so good on you. I hope you all enjoy your Christmas break. Yeah, they look beautiful. Can't wait. I can't wait to get on this. Nice.
We were excited to see playtesters sharing their screenshots with us in the private Discord. And we're showing some of those off to you right now.
Yeah, I'm excited to see all of this stuff as well.
There's also appreciation for adding some quality and life improvements based off of previous feedback, such as adding long rest in order to skip the nighttime, as well as adding a link to the fuel menu directly from the campfire crafting UI.
So this is why, and I wanted to use this as an example of a good studio's approach versus what we're getting with Studio Wildcard right now. And as you can see, you know, they're freely admitting to bugs, improvements and stuff that's come from all of this. And I think, you know, we're all gonna have a better experience because of the trouble that they've gone to. And, you know, so yeah, we continue.
and adding a realm overview panel, which shows things that can be found in that particular realm, as well as adding some additional details to the character creator, such as makeup. These are a few examples of our highest upvoted positive feedback from playtesters. One thing that's important to us is performance. Nightingale is constantly going through optimization as we continue to develop, especially as we lead up to the early access launch. So we were extremely happy to see that most players were saying overall their performance was better this time around. Optimization is going to continue, so we look forward to it getting better and better, and then we will share some expected performance for different build types in the coming months.
And I think you can see there, obviously the first couple of weeks with all the testing that I was doing with Ark Survival Evolved, we swapped GPUs, and you can see that the bottleneck was always because it hadn't been tested on a wide variety of hardware, and they've already been to the trouble of doing that, and they're still going to the trouble of doing that prior to the release of the game. Wildcard, take note. Gonna keep on saying that, I'm gonna keep on saying that.
So with these playtests, we're also very receptive to what can make the game more enjoyable. So here's a few things we'll be working on for early access launch. One thing we were seeing with this last playtest was that the aggro system was way too high, to the point where we were like, what's going on here? This doesn't seem right. We were seeing a lot of screenshots of players surrounded by either dead wolves, dead boars, or both. This intense aggro system was not intended. It was actually a bug. So let me explain what the problem was. Basically, in the forest realm specifically, you would have a wolf and a boar. The wolf and the boar could have met far away from the player, nowhere near it. So the wolf and the boar meet and they fight. But the problem was that when one of these creatures, or both at the same time, reached 100 hit points or below, it's almost like they entered this survival mode. And the aggro AI around the creature increased to 100 meters. It turned out that wolves and boars really don't like humans. So this aggro circle, this ring that would increase, would catch any human, any realm walker, whether the player was in line of sight or not. These two animals that had been fighting each other would stop fighting each other and turn towards the human.
So, I mean, another great example there of, playtesting and bug squashing and just stuff that we don't want to be facing when we're playing this game. Be a pain in the arse to be attacked by a load of wolves and boars when you're just getting your stuff together and building it. So, this is why you do this sort of stuff. And I appreciate that Nightingale are being so open about the bugs and things that they're coming across, because to be quite honest with you, I think it shows a strength, not a weakness. It shows that you recognize what's going on, that you're listening, and that you're doing your best to get it all done, especially before you decide to put a price on it. You want to get it right as you can. And I suspect that this trouble that you're taking right now will pay off.
The human now became its number one enemy. So players were frustrated because they were trying to build, or, they were nowhere near these creatures, and all of a sudden they'd get attacked. So now we could look back at this crazy bug and all the crazy screenshots, but rest assured, this has been fixed. Another thing we wanted to test was a new hotline.
So I think, it's kind of difficult to admit that if as a developer and point out, things that are going wrong. But I mean, it's only natural, isn't it? So just wildcard, take note. Okay, so I know they haven't put any prices on any of this stuff, but
answered questions we've seen from not only playtesters, but also from the
it's
wider
important.
Community. Will realm cards be sold as microtransactions? The answer to that is no. All realm cards will be craftable in-game with no additional purchases necessary.
Oh, good. I don't need to buy a piece of DLC to get a realm card. Great, because they are crucial to the game.
Why playtest when we're going into early access anyways? Player input is very important to us. In fact, one of our studio values is players first. The playtesting process was incredibly important to us to solidify a foundation for the game before it was openly played by everybody. It was streamed, made content, reviewed, and most importantly, paid for. Are your playtesters only creators
excellent
or
attitude.
influencers? No. We reached out to a very small amount of content creators in order to playtest the game over the last year, but the vast majority of our players have just been regular gamers who are excited enough to sign up.
Good
Are
move.
we upgrading to Unreal 5.3? Yes, in fact, we're in the middle of it right now. It's a lot easier to upgrade before players are in the game. And also the 5.1 and 5.2 updates didn't greatly affect our development timelines. So this is the best.
I think 3 is going to really update 3 if you've been following Unreal. Is going to really help with the random generation maps, which these realm cards are going to open. So it's kind of natural for them to have progressed in that direction. I will leave a link to the full video for this down below if you want to go and check it out. They do often put updates out if you are interested in it. As for the wildcard stream, that's just a segment of a very long charity event, and I just figured that we would, skip between the two of them and, compare two different studio attitudes here. And one, I'm really enjoying their openness, and the other, I'm clearly not. That was basically it. Now, onto the community server. I've naturally shut down the original Ark community servers because I'm not going to be doing any more Ark Survival Evolved stuff, certainly in the foreseeable future, unless we end up doing some sort of modded run on it. I'm primarily going to be focusing in on Ark Survival Ascended. But we do have a new PvP community map for V Rising, if you're interested in that. I was actually thinking about streaming this, so if you think you'd be interested in coming in for a stream, it's one of them games that I can quite easily play with you guys and chat at the same time. So that's it. The PvP element is intended because we're all pretty much mates on the Discord anyway, or at least it's my friends on there. And but if you guys come in, the PvP element was intended for the end game section. So anyone who has one of the shards, they're kind of fair game. But yeah, I really like V Rising. It's got another update coming out. I think it was March, their next update, where they're going to be expanding the snow biome. But I find when it comes to the end game, once you've done it and you've worked your way through all of the bosses and sort of completed it, there's not much left to do. So we've been kind on the Castle Heart things. They last for a while. And, if you want to do the PvP thing at the end, you're more than welcome to go and give it a shout. Go and grab the shards. But yeah, if it's one of them games you're interested in, by all means, you can come and join us. Links are via the Discord. Just give somebody a shout and we'll put you on the server. But that's the game that we've got running in the background. Of course, a few of us have been playing Lethal Company as well. That's been pretty funny. I noticed they modded it the other day, so there were 6 of them instead of 4 crewmates. But I think, everybody's been playing Lethal Company. I think it's like number 3 in most played games on Steam at the moment. But, it's games like that actually restore my faith in the games industry. It takes one person to come out and put a game out for, £8? Right, and I'm just laughing my ass off at my friends screaming down the radio at some sort of monster killing them. It's just hilarious fun. And if you want to come and join us on the Discord and you want to play a bit of V Rising, which is solos and duos, and like I say, we're not really doing much in the way of PvP, but there is that element on there for the golems. If you want to raid somebody at the end, you can do. And I'm just enjoying it at the moment. In fact, I stuck it on this morning, and for I knew 3 or 4 hours had passed. I just love this game. It's just really hard to make content on.
No worries.
Let's do this. So I have been working on a video for Wednesday. It's the greenhouse build. It's just, but of course this is. Well, I'm talking over the top of it, but this is the intro for it. I'll give you a sneaky peek, and I'll shut up and let you watch.
Can't move.
Quick, Amber, help. I'm gonna have to jump up here. Oh! I'm dead! Yeah, I'll lose my Argy. Is it killed my Argy as well? Oh dear.
Yeah.
Poor Annie.
There's not much I can do about it.
Sorry, Annie. Thank you for the support on bacon, by the way. Yeah, of course she just ate me.
Is it E? What is it? E in her inventory or mine?
Oh, I killed it. But yeah, there's a sneaky peek. Anyway, I should have it done in the next couple of days, and have another episode out for Ark Survival or Ascended. And yeah, I mean, this is Timberborn was another game I was going to do as a completionist run. I think I did about 4 episodes of this game, and yeah, I just decided I don't know if I want to give it the full treatment, but I was thinking about either doing this or a RimWorld playthrough, and I've experimented with both. Now, the RimWorld playthrough, I really have got a pretty cool plan for that one. That was complete RimWorld. We start off naked, alone, and I was thinking of doing a blue, alien that's sort of spiritual tree hugging thing like Avatar, and you start off with an addiction. So it was a drug addict, and if you didn't get the psychoid leaf by day 15, then you drop into a coma. And I was playing it on the hardest difficulty, and I managed to get quite far. I've done a few runs at it, and now I can get on my feet. Once you get to about 3 or 4 colonists, you kind of know how to play RimWorld. You can kind of balance it, but it's one of them games that kind of plays itself. And so I was really kind of working on doing some RimWorld content, but this was something else that I was thinking about doing. Just some things don't end up making it to the channel, and with Ark Survival the way it's been over the last year, it's been hard to make content on it. And they're not doing themselves any favors. I am enjoying it for what it is at the moment, but you know, if Nightingale's good, I really would think about jumping in to complete that. But I always used to have 2 games running, usually some Subnautica or Completionist series, and I was thinking that complete RimWorld would be quite fun. There's a few ways you can go about completing it. Not everybody plays the game to complete it or escape the planet or be the royalty DLC, or there's many different options and scenarios for doing it now. But I enjoy watching, and I enjoy streaming it. Of course, a huge thanks to everybody who's watching the content at the moment and been supporting. And I will have that next episode of Ark out on Wednesday. And I'm just sort of finishing up editing it now. But until next time, I'm James from Complete Games, and I'll see you.